What's up, everybody? It is Amrinder Singh, and today we're going to talk about the financial crisis we are facing in the world a little bit, right? Especially in US. I think it's also in Europe. So we are going to talk about that, and you will learn some kind of Punjabi vocabulary related to that. All right. The financial crisis, you can say in Punjabi, bankan da sankat. All right. Bankan da sankat. What is the meaning of sankat? Sankat means a crisis, right? This word, the sankat, is not that common. I think people who are educated they use it. The word sankat, which means crisis. Mostly people say like aukha time, right? Aukha time is mean hard time. That's what the most of people are gonna use, basically, who didn't go to school, stuff like that, right? Yeah, maybe they can use sankat, but it's not that common. But still, the people who educate they use this word sankat, right, which means crisis. So now, so okay, financial crisis actually is not exactly financial crisis. I mean, a bank on the sankat because this is gonna be bank crisis, right? The crisis of bank is bank on the sankat. What is the going to be meaning of the financial crisis? I think, yeah, I think it is Arthik Sankat. Arthik. No, Arthik means related to the economy, right? That's the economy is Arthikta. What is the meaning of financial? I have no idea. But yeah, I don't think we have word a special of financial. Maybe if you know, just let me know. It's not coming into my mind. Even this word like Arthikta is related to economy. I think this is just so many years when I use this word arthikta. Because I think this word is going to be disappeared because nobody use it anymore. I think last time I used when I was in the school. When yeah, in the school arthikta. I don't think I used ever again. The thing is because mostly people here don't talk about like a financial things. It's not a thing. It's mostly thing in like a Western country, right? So if you watch a YouTube videos, stuff like that. There are a lot of videos of financial things, right? So they use this kind of thing of financial economy, these words. In Punjab, I didn't find anybody who talk about these kind of things, right? Artika. The thing is, whenever you see, you don't see these words like artikata. You always see or heard the word like economy, the finance, right? Stuff like that. Even in the Punjabi, the people who are educated who are talking about that, they use the English word. So that's why I think these words are going to be disappeared. So again, like I can't think about the word. What the word for finance? I think there's a word. I know it, but it's not coming in my mind because all the time I heard the word this is financial or financial things, right? So this is the reason. Anyway, yeah, Arthik Sankat, you can say economy crisis, right? The Arthik Sankat, economy means Arthikata. So anyway, so we are facing not like it's not severe yet. Maybe it could be, or maybe not. We don't know what's gonna be in the future, but you can see the few banks they collapsed in US, right? In Punjabi, you can say US ਚ ਕੁਛ ਬੈਂਕ ਡਿੱਗ ਪਏ, all right? ਕੁਛ ਬੈਂਕ ਡਿੱਗ ਪਏ ਜਾਂ ਡੁੱਬ ਗਏ, all right? If somebody say bank ਡੁੱਬ ਗਿਆ, like if I give you example, the silicon shit. Yeah, Silicon Bank is collapsed, right? How about you say in Punjabi? There are a couple of ways you can say Silicon Bank ਡੁੱਬ ਗਿਆ, all right? ਡੁੱਬ ਗਿਆ. What does the mean of ਡੁੱਬਣਾ, right? ਡੁੱਬਣਾ means the sink. When we say ਡੁੱਬ ਗਿਆ, we are using it past. It happened, right? ਡੁੱਬ ਗਿਆ. It sink, right? Sink basically ਡੁੱਬ ਗਿਆ means we use it when somebody sink into the water. We said ਡੁੱਬ ਗਿਆ. What we also use that way as well, like bank ਡੁੱਬ ਗਿਆ, it means it's go bankrupt, right? Or people can also say a bank ਡਿੱਗ ਪਿਆ, right? ਡਿੱਗ ਪਿਆ means like a fall or collapse, right? Like if I say man ਡਿੱਗ ਪਿਆ, it means I fall. I was walking, I was running, I fall. I will say man ਡਿੱਗ ਪਿਆ, ਮੈਂ ਭੱਜਿਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਡਿੱਗ ਪਿਆ. I fall while I was running, right? That means Here digna means a fall. If somebody say a building dig p, right, building dig p, it's going to be like the building collapse, right? Why are you dig p here? Why didn't you say dig pya or dig gya? When I say मैं dig pya या मैं dig gya, it means I'm masculine. That's why I'm doing मैं dig gya. The building is feminine. I would say dig p. All right. So yeah, digna means a collapse or a fall, and dubna means a sink. All right. Maybe some people says like if same thing kind of happened here, like a bank, if it's collapsed and the bank wasn't able to give their deposit back to the people, a lot of people are using the sentence like they will say ਉਹ ਬੈਂਕ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੇ ਪੈਸੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਭੱਜ ਗਿਆ, right, ਜਾਂ ਉਹ ਬੈਂਕ ਵਾਲੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੇ ਪੈਸੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਭੱਜ ਗਏ. So what does it mean? ਉਹ ਬੈਂਕ ਵਾਲੇ means the people who are running the bank, right? ਉਹ ਬੈਂਕ ਵਾਲੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੇ ਪੈਸੇ. What is the ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੇ ਪੈਸੇ? ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੇ ਪੈਸੇ mean the money of people, right? ਭੱਜ ਗਏ means run, right? They run away. That's also people use. ਉਹ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੇ ਪੈਸੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਭੱਜ ਗਏ, right? They just took money and ran away. So this kind of sentence people also use if these kind of situations happen. I think it happens here a couple of years ago. Now the bank, there's a company, I think, maybe a finance, the consumer finance company. They did it, I think maybe 10 or 12 years ago. So that time they was, I don't know, they go bankrupt or they just like run away. I don't know. So this thing happens. Yeah, people are talking about they paise like a pajki, all right? So anyway, now in this episode, you are not only gonna learn some Punjabi vocabulary. I think you can also learn about some like a finance, how it works, or you can say economy, right? So how this bank is go bankrupt, the Silicon Valley, or similar to that situation, how a bank can go bankrupt, right? What it happens. So for example, I'm gonna give you example. Manalo, right? Manalo. What is the meaning of manalo, right? When I say like if I give you full sentence, manalo मैं एक बैंक खोलिया, right? What does it mean? It means like let's suppose to like I opened a bank, right? manalo मैं एक बैंक खोलिया, ठीक ਆ ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਮਤਲਬ 15-20 ਜਾਣੇ ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਮਤਲਬ means like means, right? Anything. So 15-20 mean like a 15 and 20 people, they deposit your money into my bank ਹੈ ਨਾ. ਮੰਨ ਲਓ ਤੁਸੀਂ 10-15 ਜਾਣਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੇਰੇ ਬੈਂਕ 'ਚ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪੈਸੇ ਜਮ੍ਹਾਂ ਕਰਾਏ, ਠੀਕ ਆ. So why would you like deposit in my bank instead of a bigger bank like JP Morgan, something like that? It is because I'm giving you more interest on your savings, all right? Otherwise, you are not gonna deposit your money into my bank because it's a smaller bank, whatever. ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਅਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਦੇ ਪੈਸੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਬੈਂਕ 'ਚ ਤਾਂ ਜਮ੍ਹਾਂ ਕਰਾਓਗੇ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਵਿਆਜ ਮਿਲਦਾ ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਵਿਆਜ ਦਿੰਦਾ ਜਾਂ ਇੰਟਰਸਟ ਦਿੰਦਾ. ਵਿਆਜ ਮਤਲਬ ਇੰਟਰਸਟ ਹੈ ਨਾ. ਮੰਨ ਲਓ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ JP Morgan ਦਿੰਦਾ 1%, ਰਾਈਟ? ਅਗੇਨ ਆਮ ਯੂਜ਼ਿੰਗ ਮੰਨ ਲਓ JP Morgan ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦਿੰਦਾ 1%, ਰਾਈਟ? ਲੈਟਸ ਸਪੋਜ਼ JP Morgan ਗਿਵਿੰਗ ਯੂ 1% interest rate, all right? But I offered you 2%, right? There will be a couple of people who wants to deposit in my bank because I'm giving them more return on their deposit, ਹੈ ਨਾ. ਅਤੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕੁਛ ਲੋਕ ਹੋਣਗੇ ਉਹ ਜਮ੍ਹਾਂ ਕਰਾਉਣਗੇ ਪੈਸੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਬੈਂਕ 'ਚ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਵਿਆਜ ਦਿੰਦਾ, ਰਾਈਟ? ਦ ਸੇਮ ਥਿੰਗ I you said in English, I repeated in Punjabi, all right? ਅਤੇ ਹੁਣ ਕੀ ਹੋਇਆ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪੈਸੇ ਦਿੱਤੇ ਆ ਉਹ ਆ ਮੇਰੀ ਲਾਇਬਿਲਿਟੀ, ਹੈ ਨਾ. ਲਾਇਬਿਲਿਟੀ ਨੂੰ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ 'ਚ ਕੀ ਕਹਾਂਗੇ? I don't know. So yeah, basically the money you gave me, that's a liability for me, for a bank, right? I don't know what we call in Punjabi to liability. So now this is a liability because I have to give interest to you. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna lend this money to the other people on the higher interest, maybe on 5% interest, right? so I'm gonna earn more interest on your money, right? So if I'm lending it to for 3% and I borrow it for 2%, basically I'm getting 3% return on your money. So let's say I give lend a money. Let's say I got deposit like right, you're 15 people and I get money from you guys 10,000, and I said, okay, let me like lend this money to maybe a company, maybe other people, whatever, on 5%, and I lend 9,000. I have only 1,000, right? I lend 9,000 for 10 years, right? ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮੈਂ ਮਤਲਬ 9,000 ਸੀਗਾ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ 10,000 ਦਿੱਤਾ, ਠੀਕ ਆ? 10,000 ਮੀਨ 10,000, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ 10,000 ਦਿੱਤਾ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ 9,000 ਗਾਹਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਦੇਤਾ, ਰਾਈਟ? 9,000 ਮੀਨ 9,000 and I have only 1,000 in my bank. ਤੇ ਇਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕੀ ਹੋਇਆ, ਮੰਨ ਲਾ ਵੀ let's suppose like somebody needed money, maybe $100, they want $100, I gave them $100. Another person needed like a $200, I gave them $200. And maybe there would be another person who just wanted to deposit more money, and that person deposit like a 200. So that's how it's working, right? So even I lend 9,000, but I have still 1,000 which is just circulating around the people, right? So there's no problem. ਤੇ ਇਹਦੀ ਮਤਲਬ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਐ ਸਰਕੂਲੇਟ ਕਰਦਾ. So basically the problem became, let's say interest rate go higher. There was interest for banks before, it was like a 1% whatever, and now it's go 5%, and you can get the interest rate on 5% any other bank, and I'm only giving you 2%, right? So you want your money back, or you want me to like increase the interest rate? Now if I'm gonna give you 5% return interest, I'm not making any money, because I also I also lend your money on 5%. Let's say interest rate go higher, it's go 7%, right? So now you want 7%. I can't give you 7%, because if I give you 7%, I'm losing 2%, because I locked for 10 years on 5% with other people, right? So what you're gonna do, if I'm not giving you, you have to you're gonna take your money out of my bank, and you want to deposit it somewhere else. Now some people starting to withdraw money. So maybe I gave few people, one person wants $200, the person 500, I gave, but I ran out of money because I have only 1,000, and another 9,000 I can't give you back because it's locked in, right? So that's the mistake I made. A lot of banks make these kind of mistakes, right? When the interest rates go higher, so we don't know when it's going to higher, right? So this is also the smaller bank, they face these kind of crises. So now you want your money back, I can't give you. That's how bank go bankrupt, or that's how bank collapsed. It happens in 2008. There are a lot of more bank, and it's also happening now. Not maybe that serious yet. Maybe the Federal Reserve is going to control it, maybe not, we don't know. That's how it is. ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇਹ ਕੰਮ ਹੋਇਆ, ਸਿਲੀਕਨ ਬੈਂਕ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਡਿੱਗ ਗਿਆ, ਰਾਈਟ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇਹ ਕੰਮ ਹੋਇਆ, this thing similar to happen, this thing happened to Silicon Bank, the similar I told you, ਹੈ ਨਾ? ਤੇ ਉਹ ਬੈਂਕ ਫਿਰ ਡਿੱਗ ਪਿਆ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਸਿਲੀਕਨ ਬੈਂਕ ਸੀ, ਰਾਈਟ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਮੀਨਸ US, which your bank was Silicon, right? ਇੱਕ ਹੋਰ ਬੈਂਕ ਦੀ ਵੀ ਖਬਰ ਆਈ ਸੀ 2 ਦਿਨ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਆਈ ਸੀ, ਉਹ ਆ ਸਵਿਟਜ਼ਰਲੈਂਡ ਦਾ, ਠੀਕ ਆ? ਸਵਿਟਜ਼ਰਲੈਂਡ ਮੀਨਸ ਸਵਿਟਜ਼ਰਲੈਂਡ, ਰਾਈਟ, ਇਨ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਵੀ ਮੋਸਟਲੀ ਸਵਿਟਜ਼ਰਲੈਂਡ। ਤੇ ਉਹ ਸਵਿਟਜ਼ਰਲੈਂਡ ਦਾ ਬੈਂਕ ਆ, ਉਹ ਬੈਂਕ ਕੋਲੇ ਵੀ ਪੈਸੇ ਮੁੱਕ ਗਏ ਸੀ, ਪੈਸੇ ਮੁੱਕ ਗਏ। ਵਾਟ ਇਜ਼ ਦਾ ਮੀਨਿੰਗ ਆਫ ਪੈਸੇ ਮੁੱਕ ਗਏ? ਪੈਸੇ ਮੁੱਕ ਗਏ ਮੀਨਸ that bank ran out of money, right? Ran out of money, ਪੈਸੇ ਮੁੱਕ ਗਏ। So anyway, there are few more words like a kharcha, Kharcha karna means spending money, alright? Kharcha means spending, alright? And if somebody say मैं पैसे बैंक च जमा करा के आया, मैं पैसे बैंक च जमा करा के आया, what is the meaning of this sentence? It means the person is saying I deposited money into the bank, right? I am. It means the whole. I can't like explain the exact thing in English, so I have to make two sentences. Basically, I deposit my money into the bank, and now I come back here. So what it means? I went to the bank to deposit my money. Now I come back, right? If somebody says my paise bank ch jama कराए, right? It means I deposit my money into the bank. If somebody say मैं करा के आया, now आया करा के आया, it means I did that thing into the bank. Now I come back. All right, करा के आया, जाके आया, because I went there. Now I come back. That's how we say. Like if I say मैं ਹੁਣ अफ्रीका जाके आया, right? It means I went to the Africa. Now I can come back. All right, that's what it means. जाके आया, करके आया. It means I'm done that thing in somewhere else. Now I come back. So if you think you are getting the value from this podcast and you wanna support this podcast, then you can support it through Patreon and PayPal. Links are in the description. Everything would be appreciated. It would also help this podcast to grow more. By the way, if you had time to understand Punjabi pronouns like active pronouns, passive pronouns, possessive pronouns, then check out my new ebook. It's completely free. Link is in the description. I hope you enjoyed the lesson and learned something new today. I'll be back with another lesson in another day.